guys, just about ready to leave. It has been some time, actually not that crazy, but over 3 months or 4 months since the lockdown now, and yeah, I had a few shorter trips planned that all fell apart then again because of weather and so on. And even now the weather doesn't look too crash hot, but I'm gonna head up the north coast now, catch up with my good mate Scotty from Southern Sky Images, and then we explore a part of the New South Wales north coast and inland which I haven't seen. From the Armadale to Coffs Road there, further north, Washpool National Park, Nymboida. Won't be any too hard driving really, I reckon, though we will see. On this adventure I team up with Scotty from Southern Sky Images, and we are exploring the northern New England Tablelands, one of the best touring locations in New South Wales. We encounter exciting wildlife, amazing waterfalls, broken equipment, big storms, and find some new secret camp spots. I also test a few new products, so come and join us on this adventure. Testing a few little things on this trip, and one is the Airbag Man airbag kit, which I newly have in the cruiser because it's still very hard to find springs with my load rating. Yeah, and especially as I fluctuate obviously a bit. Now I'm not that crazy heavy, but if I go remote, you know, I'm up to nearly 4 ton, at least for a little while. I'm just about to catch up with Scotty at Bouladilla. He already left yesterday and spent the night somewhere on the beach. Gonna grab something to eat there, then we head on. Somewhere here is Scotty, I think. How are you? Good. Yourself?
Good. How's the trip?
Yeah, well, as usual.
Yeah, a bit warm.
Yeah, it is warm.
Yeah. Sticking out the weather. It's like over 12 degrees warmer here than Vic High Country.
The High Country. We just arrived in Coffs and I just filled up. Bloody hell, I probably shouldn't be swearing, but the prices, $1.71 per litre for diesel. Oof. And yeah, final stock up here, and then we head off into Nymboida National Park. Sorry, it's actually called Nymboida. I don't know where I have that extra Y from. One of the parks I again try to reach, I don't know how often. It's got to be really 4, 5, 6 times, and every time we never made it that far. That was always one of the kind of end destinations, but then we got sidetracked and never made it. So this time I will make it, it looks like. Weather-wise, yeah, a little bit of sun at the moment, but it looks dark towards the north. We shall see. We're here on the Old Glen Innes Road, one of the old bridges here. Beautiful. Following ExploreOZ, but unfortunately it doesn't say private land, so that's a second road where we pretty much have to turn around.
By right, because this is a marked road, they have to keep that open. We should be able to drive on that.
Drive through it, you mean? As a gazetted road?
Legally.
Yeah. We both were a little unorganized on the day because we didn't really have an idea where we would end up camping. I looked up at Wiki Camps and found a campground I thought would be good in the Nymboida National Park, but it turned out that was a commercial canoeing place. After another look on Wiki Camps, we decided on the Nymboida River Campground. Yeah, finally, Nymboida River Campground. However, lightning, thunder started. So we shall see. For wheel drive vehicles only beyond this point. Good. Here she is, beautiful. Oh yeah, come on. Come on, buddy. Go in. She's not happy. But just saved her from being run over. So Seems like we have arrived. Yeah, no, nothing crazy. I mean, supposedly four-wheel drive only. It's getting a little bit steep coming down here. Switch to low range just for the sake of it, so I don't have to brake that much. How beautiful is that? So we went down to the main campground. There are a few people there. Then by the river it's all packed. We saw a little sidetrack. The sign said don't camp by the river in wet weather because of floods. You hear the thunder. But yeah, we drove I drove a fair bit in. Scotty should be coming now here. But as you can see, that's a fair way up, so I think we're pretty safe here. Scotty coming there in the back. Yeah, it wasn't Scotty, it was another car. Lucky we just came here before them, otherwise that spot would have been gone. Lucky.
What's wrong with this, mate?
Lucky.
Nothing.
Huh?
I said, what's wrong with this?
With what?
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, you came here and you drove back, you were scared.
Yeah, I was scared like a little girl. Yeah.
Shit, lucky that...
The lightning did it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Same one.
But we have an escape route there. Mind you, I don't think the water comes up here.
Oh, mate. Yeah. These are the big.
That's...
Be a good 6-7 metres up off the water level here.
yeah. Oh, yeah, the only thing, you know, may have a difficulty getting out there, but...
Oh, and I'd be right, but you're in the cruiser, so...
Yeah.
One for themselves, I guess.
Yeah. Yes. Usually I always have to wait for Scotty until he's set up. Nah, not really with the swag, but he's pretty fast now. Faster than me.
I can have everything out, that up, table and chairs set up in under 5 minutes.
No, that's good. Yeah, no, honey. A bit late now, can't really be bothered. So, camper's pantry, and yeah, quick and easy. No idea what tuna Monet is, but seems to be something with tuna. Good. Let it stand a bit. One of the gold Zero lights, which at the moment works as mozzie or whatever fly magnet, and it keeps them away from everything else. The orange lights definitely work. They attract far less bugs, as you can see. Mind you, still plenty of mozzies here though. First morning, 6 o'clock. Had a pretty good night's sleep, I have to say. Well, it's fairly warm. And I sure have a view. Morning.
Hello, mate.
And how was your sleep?
I think it was great. Perfect, slept right through. It's beautiful.
First night, the bunker. Oh, not the first night in that new bunker. See how that goes. Oh, I didn't check that in. That explains why it was a bit loose. Anyway, a beautiful Nymboida River. I think it's time for a swim. It is reasonably wet. My good Archie's here. I think barefoot I'm better off. My, that is warm as. Oh, and it's deep here. Oh, nice. I think beach a little morning swim. Stunning. Faz?
No.
That's not a good sign.
Plenty of ground heating today. I think around midday we're meant to be getting some pretty hecker storms, so we'll see. It was a good one yesterday afternoon. Pretty short-lived, but we just sort of caught the end of that, didn't we? Few bolts.
We did, yeah.
Good drop.
Not sure how much sunlight or sunshine we're gonna get, so gotta capture that. Oh shit.
Lost splashing in water.
Ah, you're cooking it in the jet boil?
Yeah.
As a yeah, okay.
The plunger.
Yeah. Okay, that seems to be a reason not to do it. I was researching bigger portable battery banks for my trips to charge some of my gear away from the car. I really liked the Gold Zero Sherpa I recently reviewed, so I contacted Gold Zero and they were kind enough to provide me with the Yeti 200, 187 watt-hour lithium power bank for long-term testing. So far it worked brilliantly, charging my phone, DJI Action and also my DJI drone batteries and remote. After a bit of river wading to start the drone, it was time for coffee. The main campground does have a toilet here. But yeah, the main camp is set a little bit away from the river, maybe 100, 150 meters. Driving out from the campground there, it's reasonably steep, coming back up here. But yeah, nothing too crazy. Can't compare to the high country, but reminds me a little bit of the Cells, Barrington Tops, and yeah, some of the stuff Oxley Wilderness. Thought I'd try ExploreOZ again for track logging and so on. Yesterday I tried to create a waypoint, but look at this. You have reached 1,000 personal places, which is bullshit. I don't have 50 places. Yeah, just texted here Shelley from ExploreOZ, and supposedly I have my 1,000 personal place limit exceeded and I should delete some. No idea how to delete them because I certainly have no 1,000 personal places. If we look here, track logs, personal, 1,500. No idea how. Okay. So that is a major drawback, 1,500 places, because I imported, I think, a lot of the Victorian huts, and yeah, that is not good. So you got to be very careful. The lush green rolling hills of the New South Wales Tablelands are just magnificent. I absolutely love it. Grub bulls here, kind of. They have long horns. Scotty was already concerned before that they gonna have a go at his car with that horns. So we're following here a pretty less traveled track, and we just actually came across a car coming out here because we saw that that truck ends up at the river. And it seems to be it's private property, but yeah, the guy said, look, go down there, no one down there, camp there, just don't leave any mess, which obviously we never leave anyway. These are the hidden gems I like to find. We tried a few other treks actually down to the river before, but they all had gates and private property, so obviously we respect that. But yeah, quite lucky that we run, it seems like it was the son of the owner or so. And yeah, let's see. Looking forward to it. That was a pretty steep descent down here. Still not at the river, seems like. There's a hut down here. We definitely didn't want to stay at someone's hut, and there were a few side treks, so we took one of the side treks to find a nice river camp spot. We found quite a bit of lantana around. While it has beautiful flowers, it is an invasive weed that spreads quickly and is poisonous to stock. It releases chemicals into the surrounding soil to prevent seed germination, notably of the native flora, so that it eventually takes over native bushland. This entry into the creek bed looked actually pretty steep, and it definitely crossed my mind that we have to get back up there, especially after more rain. Scotty and myself both run BFG KM3 mud terrain tires, and that means we are well prepared for any type of terrain and weather. These treks definitely were not well traveled, but we followed a little creek hoping that we would end up at the Nymboida River again, on the same level where we camped the night before, however on the opposite side of the river. A short while after, we came to a little bit more significant creek crossing. No problem at this stage, however we definitely had to consider the water levels if we had another day and night of rain. Yeah, well, we're gonna air down a bit. Airing down, yeah. As you can see here, the river level at this stage was no issue. However, river levels can change here very quickly after rain. It is good practice to stop after a river crossing to let all the water run off and not make the trek more slippery. So we left that hut and took another side trek, and that's actually a bit four-wheel driving here. It's river crossings, we add down a bit. Some steep little gullies, some washouts. Yeah, good. And we hope that we end up on the big river here now and not just on that little creek where we were before. Oh, there's camp spot here. This was a small little camp spot, but not very flat. However, it looked like that the trek could go on the other side of this creek, so Scotty went to check it out. Huh? Where's the exit? There was not really a discernible trek on the other side of the river, also no good camp spot, not to mention that we would be very isolated there. Yeah, I reckon, it's alright, it's quite nice there, but if it really rains, if all that rain comes down, I think we would be in a bit vulnerable position.
Yeah, I agree, mate. Especially down this end. And you can see that it's basically a dry causeway at the moment. It wouldn't take much to tip it over into soaking wet and flooded. Yeah. Oh well, we can keep exploring, I guess.
Yeah, and we would have had, even to get out here, we had a few crossings. Nothing crazy, but after a flood, they may look quite different.
Yeah, well, when I was there and down, I did observe there was, at my head height, and I was probably a good half a metre above the water level at the moment. There was all debris in the trees, flood water, so she gets pretty deep.
Yeah, so that would mean we may be stuck here for however long knows. So yeah, now better to look for something else. It looks quite nice here down to the river though.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, we found ourselves a good little camp spot right next to a little bit smaller river. Not sure what the name is, it's not on the map. It is rural. No one else here, that's for sure. However, just got to be aware because there are a couple of dangers. Yes, so it's a bit of cow manure here, and guess we will see who steps first into it. It's pretty nice here. Look at the river. Little swimming hole there. All the green bushes you see here is lantana, and yeah, it's unfortunately taking over the native vegetation. Cricket bat, handmade. Well done. Okay, some time ago I spoke to the good guys from Alton Goods. They do a lot of camping gear and so on. And I asked them whether they want to send me a hammock to test and see how I go. I haven't unpacked it, but today I think it's a pretty good time to actually test it. Beautiful river behind me, quite a few trees. I think I need a nap. So let's have a look. Ultra light strap, that's good. That is the hanging system. And then an ultralight hammock, sleeping system. It's a sleeping hammock. I doubt that I can sleep in a hammock beside a nap, to be honest, because I'm fairly tall, unless it's one where it's really in an angle or so. But I was keen to test it, and I love a hammock just to relax, you know, to have a nap in. So let's have a look. Yeah, straps are a bit better if you have very thin cord that can actually hurt the tree. So it is usually advisable to have a hanging system with a bit wider straps. Actually, in some national parks you're not allowed to use hammocks anymore because of that. So, okie dokie. And yeah, that's actually a good size. Packs in nice and small. I like that. The ultralight carabiners are made out of precipitation hardened 7075 aluminium. The hammock itself and the hanging systems are made of, please strap yourself in for that name, UHMWPE, which translates into ultra high molecular weight polyethylene, which is the toughest thermoplastic currently made. I guess something with such a tongue twister as a name must be good. Yeah, Scotty can attest, I made the best out of the nice weather we had and enjoyed the hammock thoroughly. Yeah guys, that is my old hammock, which I carry in the car. Quite a bit bigger, as you can see. That is the Alton ultralight hammock, and this is the hanging kit. Mind you, the hanging kit is included here, but overall I obviously don't have a scale here. That's definitely a fair bit heavier. The hanging kit is much heavier than these. So yeah, I really like that. The hammock is also a little bit smaller, not as wide, but so I can't close it completely on top of me, which I can with this one. But still super comfortable, actually a bit more compact. The space I have for this in the car is, yeah, I have a certain spot there, but I really have to squeeze it in. So a little bit smaller would be good, which this one is. I really like the hanging system, very light, very easy to adjust in regards to the different lengths. The carabiners which come with the Alton are super lightweight aluminium. The ones which come with this one are fairly heavy. Yeah, really like it. I think that's gonna be my new in the car travel hammock. One thing though I want to say, to get it back in you can't be careless. I first tried to just roll it up by hand, you know, standing, and try to get back in that bag, but that didn't work. So I had to really lie it down, fold it, and that's a bit cumbersome. So I really would prefer if that bag would be a tiny bit bigger, so that I don't have to put that much effort into folding and rolling it back in. Yeah, but otherwise I think good product so far. Obviously We'll see now. This one lives in my car now for probably 5-6 years. Grand trunk. I think, yeah, I read reviews. And again, very good hammock. No problems with that. But the whole setup is definitely a fair bit heavier than these. So this one, for example, I wouldn't want to put in my backpack. This one here, yeah, definitely. Anyway, that's it for so far. I keep you posted. I picked that up in the supermarket, Brain Power Super Shot. To be honest, when I travel I often buy stuff I usually wouldn't buy. Looked healthy. Whew. Yesterday's one tasted good. This one, you hope it's healthy, because it sure doesn't taste good. So this is the end of part 1. Stay tuned for part number 2, where the big storm finally hits us and you can see if we actually manage to get out of this beautiful spot again. As always, if you enjoy my videos, please like, share and subscribe. And if you can, please consider to head over to Patreon and become one of my Patreon supporters. With the equivalent of a cup of coffee or 2 per month, you can help me to stay independent and to create these videos. Because really, this is a self-funded hobby of mine, and with a small income from YouTube and from my valued Patreon supporters, I'm still far away from breaking even.